forgot her last name.
Coco.
Her first name is Coco.
Ooh-wee.
Her last name I don't remember. 15 years old. She is on shit.
She nice?
Man, she beat Venus in the first round.
She beat Venus?
Beat Venus in the first round. Not Serena. She beat Venus.
I don't care.
And then
she beat Venus?
She beat a Williams sister. Yeah. She beat Venus in the first round. Then she beat some other ranked chick in the next round. Yo, 15 years old. Beating grown-ass women.
Damn.
She is a beast. I don't know if she's still, like, alive in the tournament, but shout out to... I forget her last name. But shout out to Coco.
I ain't never even heard of her. That's crazy,
yeah,
man.
she's on shit right now. And her parents, their parents in the crowd going crazy. That shit is lit. The whole crowd going crazy for her, son. She got all the love right now. She got all the fucking love. I hope she win it. That'd be real crazy. But a black girl, too.
Really? Is she from Compton?
Name is Coco. You know she black. I don't know where she from. Shout out to Coco, man. She out on her shit.
Shout out to Coco.
Yeah, I really don't got a Who You Got segment for this one.
You want me to do one?
Let me see if I can think of something real quick. You got anything?
I do have one. I actually have one that we talked about that would actually be a good one. So to start a franchise today with who would you rather have as your centerpiece for your team? Ben Simmons or Russell Westbrook?
Oh, Ben Simmons.
Well, of course for you it's Ben Simmons.
Easily.
But it's not going to be Russell.
Yeah, that's an easy decision.
How?
You know what Westbrook is. He's a finished product. Ben Simmons ain't finished yet. He's still growing as a player. So the intrigue of what Ben Simmons can be as opposed to what
But this is your centerpiece.
Right.
So you're banking on hoping that he becomes something?
Okay. So franchise.
Not your team. We're not talking about.
No, we talking about we're building a brand new franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Westbrook is 30, 31, 30 years old.
He might be 30.
I think he's 30. Okay. So a 30-year-old point guard who's going to be declining in his career. Right.
I mean, at some point.
Right. He's going to be declining in his career.
Probably within 4 years.
Right. So he's going to be declining in his career because his game is highly predicated on athleticism.
Yeah.
So once that goes, Westbrook is trash. So we know what Westbrook is, and we know we're going to get out of him. And I already said about Westbrook, he's not a championship level player. You got Westbrook on your team as your best player, you're not winning the championship. And then you got Ben Simmons, who we know what he is right now, but 5 years from now, we don't know what he's going to be. And Ben Simmons is only 22 years old. So his development can literally develop into a top 5 player in this league. But it's all banking on if he puts in the work to develop a decent jump shot. So that's the easy one. That's not even close. Ben Simmons hands down.
What about one more?
Go ahead.
This one actually might be a lot harder for people. Fourth down. Let's call it fourth. Let's just call it fourth down at the 40. Your opponent's 40. You need a score. Who do you trust more? Randy Moss or Calvin Johnson?
I need a score. I'm at the 40.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like a jump ball. I mean,
40-yard pass. It's not that far. But it's far.
They called it getting Moss for a reason. We ain't call it. You just got Calvin.
Right.
You ain't just get Johnson. You got Moss.
But I mean, Calvin Johnson was. I mean, that's 6'5", 40. What he had, a 44-inch vertical or something?
6'5", 240, 43-inch vertical, 4.4 speed.
Like,
yeah, don't get me wrong. Calvin is a beast.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that is Randy Moss, though.
You got Mossed, bro. You didn't get Johnson. You got Mossed.
I feel like that's a mean one.
You got Mossed. Like, what else do you want me to say? Moss, man. Listen, if you pick Calvin Johnson, I can understand. I can understand why somebody would pick Calvin.
Mean.
I can understand. But you got Mossed. The dude name is literally a verb.
Like, it's Megatron, though, B. Like,
I'm taking Randy Moss all day, every
it's
day.
Megatron.
I don't think Randy Moss to me is the greatest receiver of all time.
But then what if you take into account that it's this year where they're abolishing pass interference on the Hail Marys? You
just got mossed.
That is mean, though. Megatron will. That's a different noise.
I'm gonna make a poll for that one because I am kind of interested to see what people say on that one.
That's a mean one.
I'm gonna do a poll for that one.
That's nasty.
Who you rolling with? You ain't give your answer.
Because I don't know what to do. I don't know. I mean, you're right. It's Randy Moss. But a jump ball, 6'5", 43 inches. I don't know if I can go against that. And he a big body. Like, it's not like like Moss is smaller. That's a big boy. Like,
yeah, Moss was smaller in his frame. Moss had like a fucking 45, 46 inch vertical himself.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I'm not saying he didn't. No.
And then his hands was crazy.
I feel like that's hard. That's way harder than it should have been. I feel like that's way harder than it should have been. In a jump ball situation, I'm gonna assume that there's more than one defender. I'm gonna take Calvin Johnson strictly because of his physical prowess. So I would take Calvin Johnson.
Okay, I've seen Moss 3 people multiple times.
I mean, hey man,
like that was like a weekly thing with Moss.
He couldn't.
We understand that, right?
He couldn't do it when that chip was on the line.
Very fair. So we talking prime Moss, Minnesota Moss.
Yeah, right at the end of Minnesota Moss.
Prime Moss. Because like Patriots Moss, Patriots Moss was crazy, but to me, like
that was 23 touchdowns.
20. Was it 23?
Yeah.
Okay, so New England Moss was crazy, but it wasn't Minnesota Moss.
Nah.
Like he got his name in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So prime Minnesota Moss,
versus the year before the 0-16 season.
Yeah. Give me Moss.
Calvin Johnson.
Moss all day.
The one that literally got double teamed.
Calvin Johnson will be like the closest to Moss, but in terms of like that situation, but nah.
Yeah. Nah. Or Nuke. I could see Nuke having that. I could see Nuke giving somebody some fits with that.
I think Calvin Johnson would even pick Moss himself.
That's just tough though, B. Like, I feel like it's just not cut and dry like that. I feel like you can't go wrong with either one.
No, you can't go wrong with either one, but you can go more right with the Moss. I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you listen to this podcast, make sure you go and like our Facebook page, Sports Your Enthusiasm Sports Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at SYE Pod. Email us any questions, comments, any who you got segments that you would like to do.
It's hot in here. Y'all got the heat on in the summer?
No, you already know.
Nigga.
No, we don't got no fucking heat on in the summer.
Y'all just be wasting money?
Make sure you email us, sportsenthusiasmpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you are drinking more water. By now, y'all motherfuckers should be drinking like a gallon a day. I'm tell y'all. It's hot. I don't want y'all passing out. It's humid. Stay hydrated. Drink more water. Like our Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Come to the convention on August 3rd. Buy our merchandise. We lit.
We're selling stuff?
T-shirts coming soon. SYE. Big red letters. You're going to love them.
Okay.
And we're going to end it there.
Ooh-wee.
Y'all take care.
Hell yeah.